Let me ask you a real question. Where do you think you rank as a sports bettor? And before you say I win more than I lose, slow down, because most sports bettors think they are better than they are. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 5 levels of sports bettors, from casual to the cold-blooded sharp. Let's see where you fit in. Now you need to hang around, because I'll also be making some suggestions on what you can do better and how you can make the sports books pay. I'm Tony from Betting Analyst, a high-end professional sports bettor for more years than I care to remember. I've been killing the sports books, and so can you. So let's crack on. Let's start off with the worst type, the action junkie. Now, there's a lot of these people out there, they just can't wait for the next bet. They would bet on anything. They would bet on 2 flies walking up a wall. They would bet on South Korean ping pong at 3 o'clock in the morning. It really doesn't matter. They just need a next bet. Now, bankroll management for these guys is a foreign language. What about balance sheet? Waste of time. They're not interested. All they're interested in is what's in their pocket, how they're going to get their next bet down. They don't understand chance. They don't understand that it's all about the betting odds. They refuse to accept it. They think, as far as they're concerned, it's all about being lucky in the right place at the right time, and that they're going to get there at some stage. They chase losses, and when they do win, it's never enough. As far as they go, depositing cash, a portion of their salaries, portion of their wages each month is just normal, it's standard. You know, they think that the sports book is their friend. Now, they're going to be betting probably just over the counter or with one sports book, but that's about it. Tier 2 is the casual player, and probably most people belong in this sort of category. You know, they have a bit of a bet at the weekend, or when they're out, or go to the racetrack, maybe on their favourite football teams, something like this. No big deal, you know, it's a bit of pocket money. It's like for them a cost of a beer, or having probably a meal. You know, it's just a bit of fun. And if they do it, it's big, then they would obviously be very happy about it. So, you know, these people, they're not reliant on betting. They're not going to be thinking about their next bet when that actual bet is run. They make their decisions in seconds. They probably bet, like I say, their favourite teams. They're not going to go line shopping, because it doesn't mean nothing to them. You know, they're not going to be looking for the best prices, right? And this is what's going to hold them back and always keep them within that sort of 99% of losers. They can do something about it if they wish to, obviously, but yeah, don't expect these type of guys to win big money. It's just like a bit of fun, no real understanding of odds other than the payout maybe. Other than that, these guys are harmless. They're not going to lose it. They're not going to ruin their families, and that's fine. We all need them, so let them carry on. Or you could join the next one, which is, and tier 3, this is where we start to get a little bit of hope. That is the student, somebody who wants to be successful, and they start going through the process of actually learning. They know that sharp money is real, and that many people make massive amounts of money from sports betting if they know what they're doing. They realize that closing line value counts. They have a separate betting bank, and also they will have more than 1 or 2 sports books. They want to give themselves the options and go line shopping. They realize that betting is all about the odds, and they want to get the most out of it. They also know that buying picks on social media doesn't work, because, you know, you're not going to be getting the odds available. They might not have invested in software at this stage, but they will be doing in the near future. They understand that this game is all about the betting odds. Also, they'll invest time watching videos like this on YouTube. They will get all the betting content that they can. They'll be reading books. They'll go through the analytics, and they just want to do better. If you have the ambition to be really successful at sports betting, you know, you're already at the student level or the next levels that we're going to be discussing, then you might want to consider our mentorship program. You know, we can elevate you to that next level a lot faster than you're doing at the moment. And number 4 is the sharp apprentice. Now, the sharp apprentice is somebody who's probably already making some money from sports betting. It might just be a side hustle. They might be on the road to bigger success. They are starting to really learn the ropes. They understand that they've got to track bets. They've got to have a plan. They're going to use a CLV, the closing line value, as an health check. It's proof of concept. They're going to seek inefficiencies in the market. They're going to be looking at data. They're going to be finding out team news, who's injured, who's not, and they're going to be looking at things like the weather, taking in consideration how that affects football matches, NFL matches, anything that's sort of played outdoor. They're going to be using software by this stage. They're probably going to have 2 or 3 different softwares, and this is what I'm going to suggest to you. They're going to understand the variance. They're going to know that there's upswings, downswings in this game. That's just part of it, unfortunately. They're going to probably be looking at the in-play markets. That's something where they can really sharpen up. They're going to plan to scale and grow big. Now they're going to do this through software, but they're going to also probably be learning to originate. And not only that, when they do, they're going to be getting into the networking, because to grow in this business, you know that you're going to need more than yourself. You're going to need people to do the bet placements for you, exchange information. You've just got to be putting yourself out there as the sharp apprentice. So if you really want to grow, again, I would like to call you back to the mentorship program, because it is something that could help you out. I don't want to get sidetracked, but what I want to quickly mention is that if you want an easy way to win, get yourself Pinnacle Odds Dropper by basically being notified when the odds are falling at the sharpest sports book in the world and getting benchmark odds that you need to beat. All you've got to do then is get over to your bookmakers and place the bets at inflated odds, and you will win. That is called value betting at its best. And hopefully you're all aspiring to be number 5, and that is the established pro. Now this is the top 1% of sports bettors, the elite tier. So somebody who's making at least 10,000 a month and probably $1 million a month from sports betting. You know, the likes of Tony Bloom, Matthew Benham, they actually made enough money to acquire Premier League football clubs from the money that they made from sports betting. So if you want the motivation, look towards those guys. There are loads more out there. You probably don't see them, but a lot of people are making a lot of money from betting sports. Now you're going to have to, obviously, to get to this stage, you're going to have to know things like sports modeling. You're going to be having deeper knowledge. You'll probably be employing quants, bet placers. You're going to be running teams of people who can bet for you, or at least bring you information or make you sharper. You're going to have connections in place. That means a strong network, and you're only going to be betting when you have an advantage. You might be using Asian sports books. You might be using betting exchanges with discounts. It really doesn't matter how you get to that stage. You've just got to keep pushing, find what your strength is, and hopefully, you know, get to the stage of an established pro. Now I know a lot of people that are making sort of 20,000-30,000 a month, and a few that are making 100,000 a month just from basically following the guidance that we've put out for them, and they've established this over a short period of time. And believe me, these people are not at that level where they can be running sports modeling and so on. Most people, if they put in the effort, I think literally anybody can make sort of 10, 20, 30,000 a month, right, without supreme knowledge. At this stage, I'd ask you to do some self-assessment. Are you tracking your bets? Can you convert odds? You know, can you look at the odds that are on the board in front of you and just convert them into percentages? Can you do stuff like that? Do you understand return on investment? What about the CLV, the closing line value? Do you know how to get it? Do you know how to get there? Do you know the importance of it? Line shopping, are you doing it? Now, all of you should be line shopping. You shouldn't be betting just with one bookmaker, 2 bookmakers. You should make sure that you're getting the very best odds you can. That's going to improve your efficiency, improve your bottom line. The other thing I would mention is, if you are going to get into sports betting seriously, you're going to need to cover your tracks. So you're going to have to learn things like how to cover the IP, how to make sure that the bookmakers are not sort of tracking your computers, leaving spy software on there, stuff like that. This is all the type of stuff that we cover in the mentorship program. You know, if that's what you want, check it out, like I said. Yeah, and by all means, drop your comments in. You know, let us know, what tier are you in, what are you hoping to achieve. There's no shame in this business. Yeah, just put it out there. This channel is here to help you get more out of sports betting. As always, I hope you got something out of this video, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave us a like. We're going to be doing a lot more over the sort of coming weeks, right? So we've got ourselves a little bit of a studio that we're building now, and yeah, we just hoping to sort of get you on the right tracks. I absolutely detest sports books, and I think each and every one of you should be given a fair chance. So if that's what you want, make sure you subscribe, give us a like, give us a thumbs up, and give us a little bit of encouragement for sort of helping you on your way. For now, that's it. You're through to bootcamp again. See you in the next one soon. Take care. Bye bye.